An incredible turn of events. The Balkans are waking up, and this time they're on Ukraine's side. Columns of equipment are moving out from Zagreb and Kosovo. Phenomenal generosity. Greece is preparing to send its fighter jets. A new era of support is on the horizon. The Ukrainian sky will receive powerful reinforcements capable of turning the tide of the war. From the Balkan Peninsula to the Ukrainian front, there is one unified signal. It's time to act. All the most important details about this and more are coming up in the story in just a moment.
Recently, Ukraine received a new significant package of military aid from Croatia. Ukraine and Croatia have also agreed on joint weapons production. Ukraine's Minister of Defense, Denis Shmyhal, and Croatia's Minister of Defense, Ivan Anušić, signed a joint letter of intent to deepen defense industrial cooperation.
He thanked Croatia for providing 13 military aid packages worth over 200 million euros. We expect the 14th aid package soon and the 15th by the end of this year. During the meeting, we also discussed joint participation in the SAFE mechanism and the possibility of Croatia joining the Pearl Initiative. We are grateful for the consideration of this matter, Denis Shmyhal, Minister of Defense of Ukraine.
Already at the beginning of next year, they will hold a joint industrial forum of defense product manufacturers. Croatia's greatest interest, of course, is in the production of various drones, which have already revolutionized modern warfare. The Croatian side will also assist Ukraine with demining efforts.
He noted Croatia's role in the demining coalition. The experience of this friendly country is important for clearing our land. The Croatian company Docking has already delivered 69 demining machines and has started producing spare parts in Ukraine. Denis Shmyhal, Minister of Defense of Ukraine.
Greece will soon deliver American-made M110A2 howitzers to Ukraine. 150,000 units of ammunition and Zuni rockets, or military aid with a total value of about 199 million euros will be transferred to Ukraine through the Czech Republic. Also, under pressure from other NATO countries, Greece may sell part of its Mirage 2000 fighter jets.
Greece has already purchased 24 more modern Rafale fighter jets from France. And considering that technical support for the 2005 fighter jets will end in 2027, it is looking to get rid of the old ones. However, negotiations with India regarding the sale of these fighter jets have reached a dead end. Other Balkan countries have also not found any interested buyers. Greece is negotiating with France to purchase another 6 to 12 Rafale fighter jets. And it is seeking a price reduction in exchange for selling part of the Mirage 2000 fleet.
Now, the Greeks are currently negotiating with France to acquire through purchase an additional 6 or possibly even 12 Rafale jets in addition to their current fleet. They are seeking a lower price in exchange for selling part of their Mirage 2000 fleet. Currently, Greece has 25 such aircraft in service. The United States is putting pressure on the country to acquire more weapon systems as part of the priority list of needs for Ukraine. Therefore, it is only a matter of time before Kiev purchases part of the Mirage 2000 fleet from Athens. Even the partially recognized Republic of Kosovo is helping Ukraine. Pristina has announced the delivery of a new military aid package to Ukraine. The Balkan country is ready to help as much as it can. The details of the aid are not being disclosed. It is known that it includes mortar shells of various calibers, including 120mm, 60mm, and 81mm, military trucks, armored vehicles, and tactical vehicles.
We are determined to support Ukraine in every aspect according to our capabilities, conditions and possibilities. Ejub Makedonci, Minister of Defense of Kosovo.
The Minister of Defense of Kosovo posted a video on social media showing the Kosovo security forces and the British Army training Ukrainian soldiers. Eastern European countries and the Balkans are actively assisting Ukraine with various types of weaponry and by conducting training on their own territory. Such support perfectly demonstrates their attitude toward the Russian world and Putin.
Russia is intensifying its strikes on Ukraine's energy system and changing its attack tactics. Moscow is launching hundreds of drones capable of bypassing air defense systems and equipped with cameras for improved targeting.
Russia has turned its strikes on Ukraine's energy infrastructure into a systematic operation aimed not just at temporarily damaging the grid, but at destroying the viability of large areas of the country ahead of winter. The goal of the attacks: To deprive regions of heat and electricity, undermine industry, provoke mass emigration, and create political pressure on Kyiv, writes The Economist.
Under these conditions, air defense becomes critically important, but this year Western partners are acting proactively, strengthening Ukraine's skies and energy system before the onset of cold weather. We
are not just now starting preparations for this winter season. We began preparing back at the end of the last winter season.
Already in November, the UK will begin mass production of the Ukrainian Octopus air defense drones, a joint project between Kyiv and London, designed for the rapid protection of the skies from enemy drones and missiles.
Our Ukrainian friends will share their technologies and intellectual property with the United Kingdom, and we, in turn, will do the same. We will continue to develop them further and produce them on a large scale so that thousands of interceptor drones can be supplied to Ukraine every month, said Elkanes, the Deputy Secretary of State for the Armed Forces in the UK Parliament.
These drones will become part of a system called the Air Defense Shield. It will integrate Western air defense systems such as Patriot, Iris-T, NASAMS, as well as new mobile units that Germany and other allies will provide to Ukraine before the start of winter. The first drones will be tested by Ukrainian military personnel. And if the tests are successful, production will be expanded and some of the drones will likely be manufactured directly in Ukraine. At the same time, the UK government is expanding its multi-purpose missile production program. It is planned to deliver 5,000 units of this weapon to Ukraine to strengthen air defense.
We are also announcing an expansion of the production program in the United Kingdom to provide Ukraine with 5,000 new multi-purpose missiles. This will create new jobs in Belfast and other cities, as well as strengthen Ukraine's air defense for the coming winter.
At the same time, European allies are increasing their support for Ukraine's energy sector. Germany and other NATO countries are mobilizing resources, from air defense missiles to assistance for the energy sector, so that Ukraine can withstand the winter and counter attacks on critical infrastructure.
Germany has already paid 390 million euros. We agreed on another 30 million in the summer, but today I want to announce that we will invest an additional 30 million. In this way, we are providing 450 million euros. This money will make it possible to purchase the necessary technical equipment to save Ukraine.
In addition, the EU is preparing a winter support package for Ukraine. To the already provided 3 billion euros, a new guarantee of 800 million has been added for the emergency purchase of gas. This was reported by the EU ambassador to Ukraine, Katarina Maternova. The aid covers the repair of power grids and the supply of generators and transformers.
We have also provided and continue to provide significant assistance in the energy sector. Not only with generators for people and businesses, but also with transformer and compressor stations to help restore power grids, gas distribution networks, and compressors that supply gas and storage facilities which have been distributed. We are also providing financial support to state enterprises and major energy companies for the repair of their equipment. We are also supplying more than 2 gigawatts of electricity per day.
Thus, support for Ukraine this winter is reaching a new level, from modern air defense systems to resilient energy supply. And whatever the Kremlin may plan, Ukraine, together with its allies, aims not just for tactical success, but for strategic success, to withstand the cold, preserve strength, and maintain the ability to defend itself.
Every voice matters. Join our community, support independent journalism, and help us bring you the truth from Ukraine. Become a member of Ukraine today. Join us now.
Everyone to the front. Putin took a step that revealed something. The world's second largest army has been worn down. A large-scale mobilization is being implemented in Russia at this very moment. They've run out of soldiers. The dictator is demanding a new batch of cannon fodder. The Russians themselves aren't too eager to go to their deaths. The Kremlin is nervous. Nothing is going according to plan. There's an urgent need for volunteers to guard the oil refinery. Russia is falling apart. Don't miss all the details coming up next.
The conveyor belt of cannon fodder. Putin has signed a law for year-round conscription into the Russian army.
We feel confident, secure and stable, and despite experiencing certain inevitable losses, which of course will naturally be associated with many thorough and detailed inspections, our outlook remains positive.
The new law allows military enlistment officers to operate without breaks, and dodging service will become even harder.
Behind us, definitely.
He will be behind us.
But this optimistic mood will soon leave these heroes.
Never go to the special military operation. You'll get caught.
The number of people we've lost is just... and
will lose even more because Putin is doing everything to make that happen. According to the new procedure, recruitment into the army will take place throughout the entire year from January 1st to December 31st. And not only during According to the new rules, summons can now be posted in the state electronic register. And the deadline for reporting to the military enlistment office must not exceed 30 days from the moment of publication.
This section covers the details of the notification, which is an official message or alert sent to inform you about important updates or actions that may require your attention. During the so-called first wave of partial mobilization, more than 1.5 million citizens left the territory of the Russian Federation, according to estimates by the Russian side itself.
At the same time, Putin signed another law that allows reservists to be involved in guarding critically important infrastructure facilities. Russian media note that this is about strengthening control over military and energy structures.
Apparently, this is precisely about the covert nature of the mobilization. That is, under the guise of involving reservists, those citizens of the Russian Federation who are in the so-called combat reserve and have signed the relevant documents with the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation. Apparently, they will be sent directly to the front line of combat. And strategic sites will be defended right on the front line.
To put it simply, Putin's new rules essentially legalize year-round raids and constant pressure on conscripts. And while the Kremlin dictator makes decisions from his cozy office and tells stories about how Russians are voluntarily lining up to go fight.
Our guys are going voluntarily, they're coming on their own, and we're getting 50, 60 at a time. Thousands a month come on their own, guys.
At the front, Russian soldiers cursed the day. Some were lured by money but ended up with nothing. Others were simply deceived and thrown in as cannon fodder.
My head got straight real quick. It only took me about 3 to 4 months to fully grasp the reality of the situation. I'd rather get caught and go to prison.
Since the beginning of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine, the aggressor country Russia has lost about
In the month of November, they mobilized a total of 353,000 troops in their military operations. In other words, the losses suffered by the Russian army significantly and far exceed their current ability to replenish and restore their personnel numbers through recruitment or other means. So, the issue of replenishing personnel through volunteers, even with financial incentives, and most of these volunteers are residents of the depressed regions of the Russian Federation, does not solve the problem of replenishing their ranks.
No matter how many troops the Kremlin sends to Ukraine, only defeat and death await them here. And the Russian ruler understands this perfectly well, but he doesn't care. And that's not all for today. This was me, Darina Hotsakalo. Even more hellish news in our next episode. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. See you soon.